Start the show, I shall. So, 2 days ago, Joe Manchin decided to involve himself in the discourse by saying, yeah, I know the Democrats campaigned on, including our newly elected president campaigned on getting $2,000 stimulus checks to the people as soon as they take control in the Senate. But I'm going to be Joe Manchin, and I'm going to say no because I'm Joe Manchin. So here's an article from the Daily Poster. Millionaire West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin on Friday threatened to single-handedly block new $2,000 survival checks to millions of Americans, including hundreds of thousands in his own state, which is facing growing starvation during the COVID-19 pandemic. Manchin told the Washington Post he will absolutely not support a new round of $2,000 survival checks that congressional Democrats and President-elect Joe Biden promised to send out if Democrats manage to win the 2 Georgia Senate runoff races and take back control of the U.S. Senate, which they did on Tuesday. How is the money that we invest now going to help us best to get our jobs and get people employed? And I can't tell you that send another check out is going to do that person that already got a check. What? Like what? Like what? Even investors were upset. The stock market quickly tanked after the report about Manchin's opposition. Investment bank Goldman Sachs had just finished adjusting its expectations for economic growth based on the idea that Democrats' Georgia wins would mean an additional $750 billion in aid, according to a Bloomberg email. But Manchin's opposition to survival checks could be especially costly for his constituents. Manchin represents West Virginia. By the way, 57% of renters in West Virginia are on the verge of eviction. Over a majority of renters in his state. So I'm just throwing that out there. One of the poorest states in the nation, the last round of stimulus checks only gave the full $600 of aid to individuals who earn less than $75,000, which includes nearly 70% of West Virginians. That means his constituents stand to disproportionately benefit from new rounds of stimulus checks. Manchin would not be eligible for a check himself, since his Senate seat comes with an annual salary of $174,000. He's also in the commercial real estate business and was worth an estimated $7 million in 2018, according to Open Secrets. I love the way that these articles are written on the Daily Poster, so I'm just saying, I love them. His constituents, on the other hand, badly need help. According to census data, more than 40% of West Virginians are now facing food insecurity. Roughly 13% report suffering from food scarcity, meaning they sometimes or often don't have enough to eat. The percentage of Manchin's West Virginia constituents who say they don't often have enough to eat has increased 70% during this pandemic. Manchin's staff quickly tried to walk back his opposition to the new survival checks, telling Bloomberg that he wasn't actually shooting down the idea entirely, but rather indicating he doesn't believe $2,000 checks should be the Senate's top priority. They said Manchin would prefer that aid be targeted at those who've lost their job, by the way, which doesn't apply to a lot of people, gig workers, by the way, etc., etc. So you can read the rest of this article, but we know enough about Joe Manchin here, right? Fuck that guy. I want to buy some new PlayStation 1 games, and Joe Manchin's making that a lot more difficult. Right? Fuck this guy.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ